Last time on My Life in Legends of Aria. Let's start off over here. Yeah, a lot of work. Hello there, Vaneval. How are you doing tonight? Thank you, Charlie. And actually, we're going to start off right over here. And I got immediately attacked, of course. And that's that's my life. That's my life in Legends of Aria. As soon as I go into the PvP areas, it's like I'm dead. Hey guys, it's been weeks since I last streamed. After what happened last time, I just lost all motivation to play or stream this game. You see, I've now come to a point where the content of the PvE areas is just not enough anymore. All of my characters need to be able to access PvP zones to progress forward, whether that be taming higher-end creatures or harvesting higher-end materials or exploring new lands and dungeons. And as we've seen in my streams, whenever I go into the PvP areas, I usually get ganked by reds almost immediately. And I am not a PvP person, nor am I really a guild person anymore these days. I like to play solo and I like to do PvE content. But now I feel boxed in, trapped within the confines of the tiny guarded PvE zones. It feels like as things currently stand, I have no hope of ever fully enjoying the game. When first starting to play Legends of Aria, I knew of course that the game had both PvE and PvP areas, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. Instead, I think I had this romantic vision in my head that it would be similar to the good old days of Ultima Online, before the Trammel-Feluca split. So why isn't it like UO was back then? For those who never played UO back in the old days, the way it worked was that all the lands were so-called PvP areas except for the cities and towns, which were guarded by NPC guards. So you would think it would have been even worse, with even less space to be safe from player killers. But it actually wasn't. You see, there is a major difference between the two games, which is how the division of PvP and PvE areas are structured on the map. Venturing out of the towns of UO meant you could just go out of the town borders in any which way direction instead of tunneling through or funneling through a choke point, which could be ganked by player killers. Whereas in Legends of Aria, a lot of the PvP zones have exactly that problem. To access a lot of those zones, you have to either cross a bridge or go through a gate. And this allows player killers to camp these locations and gank anyone who tries to come through. You never really had that problem in Ultima Online. So, after getting ganked in Oasis last time, I realized that if I stayed confined to the tiny PvE zones of the game, streaming would be useless. It would just be an endless cycle of me going to Halls of Corruption, which is the only dungeon available to PvE players, or taming grizzly bears, or mining, or fishing, or chopping trees. And I'm pretty sure we can all agree that in the long run, it would have become super boring for me to play and for you guys to watch. So I got pretty depressed about this situation, and I just didn't feel like playing or streaming at all. This had me so discouraged that I didn't feel like streaming anything for that matter. So how to solve this situation? How could I ensure that I would continue to enjoy the game and be able to share many exciting new adventures with you all in the future? The answer started to dawn on me. I'd need to abandon my life on Crimson Sea and start fresh on a PvE server. Unfortunately, there are no official PvE servers, but there are player-run community servers for PvE players. Now, anyone who has been watching my streams before has heard me say time and time again that although I would be happy to visit community servers, I would never really play on them for real. That I felt that it would just be too risky to devote years of my time and efforts to something that was in the hands of other players. But I'm now in this situation that either I take a leap of faith and try starting a new life on a community PvE server, or forever lose my motivation to play this game at all. And the idea of that would just break my heart. So guys, I've decided to reincarnate my life in Legends of Aria, and we're going to start fresh from scratch on the Aria Europe PvE server. And so here we are. I have actually already made a crafter. I've named my characters the same as on Crimson Sea. And I have made this first character. This was actually the character, Safarina, that I was sort of running around when I was working on that map. And I started with her so that I could get a few things like sort of set up to make a money-making character. And I think what I'm going to do to make some money, and as you can see, I actually have like a tax balance low window open here as well. And that means that I have already placed a plot and I need to pay my first taxes. So we only have two days, 2 hours and 50 minutes before I have to pay the taxes. And right now there are no taxes in there. So we are in kind of a hurry to make some money to pay for those. And from one of the last things that I did when I was playing on Crimson Sea is, if anyone was watching my streams, you might have remembered that I had started that mage character, and I had pretty much on the same day gone to Halls of Corruption with her, and I think that's what I'm going to do this time as well. I'm going to start a new mage character on this community server, and I'm going to have her head over. I've actually placed already 2 plots. So here's my thinking. I have like one plot that is close to Elder Village, which is going to be my sort of like business. And my second plot is just going to be like a temporary plot for now that's not going to have any house on it, but at least I can lock down like some essentials, and then I can zap in and out of Halls of Corruption and take the loot there just outside Halls of Corruption and just keep on going back and forth and just make some money pretty quickly. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually create the new character in a bit. I just want to get prepared first with Safarina with this account, and we're going to log on with another account, move over the stuff to the new mage. And let me just see, I've already sort of gathered everything together here in the bank that I want to move over to the new mage character. Let me just check and make sure everything is sort of like all together here. So I've made some armor pieces for her. I've already bought some reagents for her to get started with, a couple hundred of each, and she has like 1,000 bandages waiting for her, and also a horse. So let's log on with the other account and get a mage set up. So let me just open this here and start another client. Oh, and I should probably also, let's turn the music back on as well. Just pause that until we get the login done. So, although I've usually been playing here on Crimson Sea, we're actually going to go over here to the community tab and the Aria Europe PvE server. And we will make a new character. And what shall I name her? I think I shall name her Malena. And female. I wonder if I keep on giving white hair to my characters. Maybe I should try keeping the black hair for once. Just to get some variation in. And we're going to choose the Advanced tab. And I have written down the skills you can actually buy from the mage. Where do I have it now? Over here. So from the mage NPC you can actually buy channeling, evocation, magic affinity, and manifestation. So let's see. I should probably choose something that I can't buy. Then again, I want to have really high damage skills for when I go to corruption, because otherwise I'm going to be dead. So I guess we want to at least have manifestation. And put that all the way up to 30. Thank you so much for the follow, Chloro, and welcome to the stream. We're just setting up a new mage character here. Then, what else do I want? Let's have a look here. Channeling is not so imperative. Of course, this determines your ability to actively and passively regenerate mana. Now that is something I can actually buy from the NPC, so I'm not too worried about that. Evocation determines your knowledge of damage dealing spells. This one we want to have nice and high for sure. If we want to do any damage to those imps, we'll see if I'm even able to make it there. I mean, they've made some changes to the dungeons, I've noticed. There have been some big changes about their line of sight, for instance. I'm not sure whether they're tougher or not. And I noticed they also removed the chests from Halls of Corruption as well. Let's see. What else do we need? Magic affinity determines the power of offensive spells. Well, that one we would definitely want nice and high as well. Even though we can buy that already from the mage. But I'm not sure what the amount is. Like, is it up to 30 that you can buy from the NPCs? I can't remember now. I don't want to really risk it. Let's see, what else do we have here? I guess we could take channeling. Just double check here, see what we have. Yeah. Let's go ahead with that. Channeling 10. That seems like a good set. And we shall start her off in Elder Village. I'm back, MMO. Yes, I am back. Nice to see you back here as well. And let's put that music back on as well. There we go. Welcome to Legends of Aria. We know this tutorial already inside and out, so don't need no need to look at that stuff. And here is our new mage, and I actually forgot to choose I forgot to choose her clothes. Oh well, that's fine. And let me see, what does she have in her inventory? Oh, hold on. There is a short sleeve shirt actually here. That's interesting. She has like long clothes on. And the stuff that I chose in the character creation are actually in the inventory. So what is the stuff that she has actually already on her? Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because actually Safarina is going to give her some cloth armor or clothing that has +1 defense. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So let's just grab this stuff from the bag. I should probably pack it all in a handy dandy little pack for her. Let's just put this stuff away. Does she have a knife? Let's check and see. Yes, she does. I guess that's part of the newbie stuff by default all the time. Let's put all of that garbage over there. And this will be for Milena, and we'll put all of Milena's stuff here. And then Milena can use that pouch to be her loot bag as well. I'm not sure if the spellbook actually has heal and poison. I would assume it does, but we'll see. So we have all the reagents. And then the bandages and a horse as well. So 1,000 bandages and a horse, and I think that should be pretty much it. Oh, I wonder if I should give her actually the money as well. Then she can train up some skills. Let's do that. Let's give her all of the money that I have for now. And then take this and put it in our inventory. Ah, too heavy. It's probably, I think it's probably the bandages? Or what is it? It's probably, I'm gonna have to give it over in batches then to Milena. Trade. Accept. And then let's put it in batches then. What is this that's weighing her down? It's probably the reagents. Let's put the reagents first then. And then give everything else over in... let's see if she can actually handle that. Yes, she can. Good. And let's put that in the bank. And let's do another trade. And let's try and move that that backpack over, or rather that pouch over this time. Yes. And will that go now into the trade? There we go. Good. And I think we probably have now everything we need. We can just shut down the other client. So let's take the horse with us. We need 1 set of armor, and actually this backpack, or this pouch rather, let's put that right in the bank. We'll take a set of armor and equip all of these. And I can just log off Safarina now actually. Let's log that one off. There we go. Hey there, corpse. It has been a while, yes. So, this is not a new server. This is a community server, and it's PvE only. So, something that I explained in the very beginning of this stream. Of course, nobody had joined the stream yet at that point, but I sort of had written down this little explanation that I read out. And basically, the reason that I haven't been streaming now Legends of Aria for some weeks is because I've been in a little bit of a slump. I've been a little bit depressed with Legends of Aria because I've come to that kind of point with all my characters that I need to start doing stuff in the wilderness areas. And as anyone who has seen my streams will remember, every time I go into the wilderness areas, I just get ganked like immediately. And I am no PvPer at all. So I just got a little bit discouraged, a little bit depressed with the game, and I just didn't feel like playing. It just felt like worthless to stream. And then I realized that, you know, there is one way out of this, and that is if I were to start all over on a community PvE server. So I am on the Europe PvE server, and I'm starting fresh, starting all over again, everything from scratch. Yes. So that means I don't have to be scared. I will be able to explore all the dungeons. I'll be able to explore all the lands, and I won't have to be like freaked out that like I'm gonna get just like killed immediately. And that promises like so much interesting content to stream for you guys in the future. So I, you know, a lot of the times in my streams I kept on saying that I don't want to like play, you know, properly on any community server because it just feels like the risk is too huge that I would devote years of my time and efforts to a server that is all in the hands of another player, you know. But at this point, really, I don't really have much of a choice. And we can guess that there's probably never going to be like an official PvE server. So, you know, the Legends of Aria team, they're very much trying to push the PvP content. So I can't really see that ever happening. So this is really my only option. I'm gonna have to make that take a risk. And at least this server, they seem to have everything pretty well set up, and they do have their server sort of paid for quite a while, a few years. So let's see how it goes. Is it a very populated server? Well, like compared to when I'm playing on Crimson Sea, it is much more quiet. I mean, even here we can see the cotton fields. You know, like normally on Crimson Sea there would be several people fighting for the cotton, but it's been enough that when I'm, like for instance now, we can see there's people running around at the bank, right? It's definitely not empty. There are people, but the minus side about playing on this server, now that it is a bit quiet, is of course that, you know, you're not gonna be able to get the high-end content so easily, like from, you know, the like you won't find vendors selling or merchants selling like the high-end scrolls and stuff because nobody can really get them so easily. But, you know, I think I cannot be the only person who has come to that same point in Legends of Aria. I cannot be the only PvE player who has started to feel boxed into the PvE zones and feels frustrated. So I have a sneaking suspicion that although it's a bit on the quiet side right now, that we're going to be seeing many more players arrive to PvE servers in the future. So I feel hopeful. And MMO Kella, are you like asking whether I have friends on this server? There's a few people I do know on this server, yes. Didn't have anything to do with me joining the server, actually. I only joined this because I do live in Europe, and since it was both a European and a PvE server, it seemed like the perfect solution for me. So yeah, let's get my new mage set up. And now that I know how to play a mage, it's going to be super interesting to see whether I'm able to actually enter Halls of Corruption at all. I'm gonna just go straight there and see how I manage. It might feel a little bit crazy to do, but if you know, if I end up like dying immediately, then I'll go and kill. I don't know. I'll go to the cemetery or something then. But let's try. Let's try. Now that I know what I'm doing, I feel a little bit more confident about going in there. Let's put that one on as well. And then we don't need the bread. Have a horse. Now let's see. I want to take all of the reagents with me actually. Because I'll lock them down on the little plot that I have. Oh yes, the money. The money. So let's go and buy channeling all the way up to the highest amount that we can get from the mage shop. And I wonder if there's a trader around here who could give me healing. And what is the NPC that gives vigor, guys? Does anyone remember? Hey there, Charlie. So did I leave Crimson Sea? Well, I mean, you know, my characters are still on Crimson Sea and I still have houses there. I didn't shut the houses. But I'm not motivated to play there anymore, I'm afraid. I just get ganked every time I go to the PvP areas, so I'm starting fresh here. Let's see how it goes. And you know, if I decide to like move here completely, I might just sell off the houses that I have on Crimson Sea at some point. Let's see how it goes though. I mean, I should first see. Okay, so we shall buy channeling from this character or this NPC. 3 silver. Oh, didn't I take the... Hold on. Oh, I didn't take the money with me. It's in the pouch. Yeah, the PKs, of course, you know, that's their bread and butter is to kill people, right? So money. That might be a good idea to take that with me. Share the server name. Yes, I can. So this is, I can just actually give you guys the address to this server. So let me just dig out the website. And they also have a Discord, of course. So this is EU, Aria Europe PvE. I'll just give you guys the address here in the chat. Okay, now let's try and buy some of those channeling skills up and see if we can manage to... So the trader will give healing, right? If we can find a trader from here. I know there's one in Pyro's Landing at least. I know where it is there. Okay, channeling. Yes, please. And now we have 30. Okay, so it actually does go all the way up to 30. And just to double check and make sure that I got all of these other skills that they teach as well. So evocation, 30. Channeling, 30. Manifestation, 30. Magic affinity, 30. Good. Okay, there's nothing more this guy can teach me. Yeah, MMO, the gear and stuff, that's because I started... yesterday I started working on a crafter, so I set up a crafter yesterday. Well, I had that character actually already, but I hadn't done anything with her except explore to work on that map that you guys might remember from some of my streams. There's a trader. Okay. So this guy, apparently, I need something. Train me in a skill. I want to learn healing. Yes, please. Good. Now we have healing to 30. Now, then we need to... It's some kind of fighter character, right? That teaches the the vigor, right? So I wonder if there's a fighter, Bob the Rambler. I wonder if there's a fighter kind of character around here. The guards teach it. Aha, okay. So, are there any guards here in the town, actually? Do I have to go to one of those guard towers, guys? I know there's a guard tower. Isn't there a guard tower just to the north? Or are there guards somewhere here in town? You would think that there would be a guard here somewhere. Maybe at the gates? Oh, there's a guard. Okay, let's try. I did not know that the guards teach that. Train me in a skill. I want to learn vigor. Yes, please. Awesome. I want to learn... Well, that's pretty much it that I want to learn. Okay. So what else do we need? Let's see. So let's actually add this stuff to the UI as well. So channeling, evocation, healing. Well, that one I'm not going to add to the UI, just to my favorites. Actually, I think I do want that on the UI as well. Oh, you know what I should have chosen, guys? Lockpicking, damn it. Is it the rogue that teaches lockpicking? Not that it's going to help me right now, really, because they've removed the... Does anyone know? You know how in Halls of Corruption there used to be the chests? Right from the get-go. And when I went into Halls of Corruption now after they did the dungeon changes, I did not see chests, but I didn't go too far in either. So does anyone happen to know whether there are chests at the end of Halls of Corruption? Like, are there any chests at all in Halls of Corruption anymore? Let's see, there should be a rogue around here somewhere that would teach me... I am absolutely sure I've seen a rogue around here somewhere. No, not out there. Tinkerer, scribe, villager. That's a beggar. Merchant. Was it back here somewhere? No. Rogue, there we go. I'd like to learn lockpicking. Yes, please. Okay, now we have 30 lockpicking. Awesome. Good. But of course, they don't... Will he actually sell me... Where can I buy lockpicks? Would that be from, like, the general store? Hey there, McDougan. Welcome to the stream. So, does anyone know... Does Halls of Corruption have chests anymore? Is it worth me taking like a lockpick with me? Let's see, does the general store sell those? Who sells those lockpicks actually? Bandages. Maybe it's the Tinker actually. The Tinker probably sells those. Oh, there's some random chest spawns from time to time in Corruption now. I see. Okay, well, if there are some, then we might as well take a lockpick with us then. Let's see. Tinker? So I wonder... I am not seeing a lockpick anywhere. I wonder who sells that. Oh, they removed the chests at the demon too as well. Oh, I see. Lockpick. Let's just Google this. Lockpick. Legends of Aria. So it's saying here on the website, on the wiki, to pick locks, a player must first obtain lockpicks. Lockpicks can be bought from tinker shops in most towns. So maybe also crafted or obtained from blacksmiths. Okay, let's check that then. Let's check the... So there's the tinker. Or hold on, was that the tinker? No, hold on. Am I totally muddled now? There we go, the tinker, yeah. Yeah, there is no lockpick here, but let's see if the blacksmith actually sells one. Nope. Okay, so it seems that Safarina, my crafter, is gonna have to get to work getting a lockpick, recipe so she can make one then for this character. Let's just double check. No, I do not see them anywhere. Oh well, okay, I'm not gonna worry about the lock picking for now. Now let's get back to the bank and just get her all set up and think about the stuff that we want to take to her plot, which is right outside of corruption. And here's the idea. So here is the idea, and I'm going to show you guys like my proper like big plot, which is here in Elder Village, because I've always wanted to have like a house in near Elder Village, so it's pretty close by. And that is going to be my proper plot that I'm going to have a house on. And it's kind of nice like starting fresh, because now I know more about the houses, and I've always wanted to get the tavern house actually. Now that I've like, in hindsight, now that I know more, like I had already bought the houses that I had on Crimson Sea, and I kind of regretted the house that I had bought that was near Corruption. And I've always been sort of dreaming about the tavern. Hold on, I'll show you guys what house I want to build eventually here on this server. So it's kind of nice now that I have like the knowledge that I didn't have before. So the house that I built, on Crimson Sea was this one. No, hold on. Yes, this one. The Terracotta House Villa, and it doesn't actually look like that. It doesn't have this kind of tower at all in reality. Instead, it has a rooftop, and that was one of the disappointments. And I didn't like how flat it was. It didn't have like any parts that sort of like push out at all, so it's kind of boring from outside. It looks pretty nice from inside though. So the one that I actually want, so I'm gonna go for this one, Tudor House Tavern. Now this one is really cool inside. It has these like layered areas. I actually have a screenshot of that somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I took a screenshot because one of the players invited me to have a look at her house. Let me see if I can find the screenshot. And I took a screenshot of that. Let me see. Legends of Aria. Legends of Aria. Let's see, do I have the screenshot here somewhere? See now, is this the right one? Oh, MMO. So yeah, I'll tell you what happened. So I got like a welcome gift when I came of 10 gold when I joined the server. Now, I do not know whether or not they give that to everyone. And I don't even remember how I sort of got in contact with the person who runs the server. I can't even remember, but it was in Discord. They just told me that if you come to the server, if you start playing on our server, let me know and I will give you a welcome gift. And I got like a welcome gift of 10 gold, and I got some other things as well. So that is why I have so much money now to get started. Yeah, I totally forgot to say that. Yeah, and I have like mixed feelings about it. Like on one hand, you know, I like my player type or my personality's type is that I want to do everything from scratch and like do it myself and like, you know, get things through hard work. But on the other hand, I didn't want to be rude, and also seeing as I sort of wanted to get a good start, I didn't refuse the gift either. I mean, what are you going to do if somebody is like giving you 10 gold? It's kind of really hard to say, no, don't give it to me, you know? So I accepted the gift, and I have to admit it is kind of nice that I was able to then immediately go out and get like 2 plots. Now, I mean, all my money went to that, and I also expanded the one of the plots as well. Now, where the heck is that screenshot of the... Oh, well, I cannot find it right now, guys. But anyhow, yeah, that's the house that I want to get. And I have a plot already waiting for that now. And we're going to actually run past that when we go over to Halls of Corruption. Ah, it's like a streamer gift bag. I see. So they give it to streamers then. Oh, you started on this server as well, Corpse Weehoo. Welcome to the server, and you started at Helm. Awesome. And the horse is only because so with my crafter, I took animal taming, like 30 animal taming, so that she could at least provide some horses, but that's just temporary until I make a tamer here. By the way, guys, is the music too loud or is it just suitable? I don't want the music to overpower the speech, you know? Just let me know if it's like too loud and I'll put the volume down of the music. Or I'm not sure if you guys can even hear the music, to be honest. It's really hard to evaluate. Music is fine. Okay. I can craft in peace now. Yes. Yes, and go chopping down the... What were they called again? The high-end trees. And then go to the mines. Imagine, guys, mining all the high-end ores in peace and not getting ganked. Oh my goodness gracious. That's going to be awesome. Now I remember what I was going to say. Yeah. So I have the one proper plot where I'm going to build the house. And with my other account, I'm going to have this kind of temporary plot that I don't even build a house on, for now at least. And it's going to be this kind of plot that I just move around as needed. So when I start now with Malena with this mage, and I'm first just spending time in Halls of Corruption, I'll plant that plot, or it's already planted outside of Halls of Corruption. And then when she graduates, when my characters start to graduate to harder dungeons, I will move that plot around as needed. And because you can, if you don't, like, I won't expand the plot at all, but I'll just use it to lock down items with. And we'll see how that plan works out for me. Okay, so let's see now. What did we need to do? We needed to get all our gear set up. Now, what are we going to take to the plot with us? So we definitely want to take... Yeah, let's take the pouch with us. And that means we're going to leave this stuff actually here. Because I'm going to use this pouch as a sort of... I wonder if I should use my... Maybe I should use my... I could have, of course, used this as a, like, loot plot. Or loot pouch, I mean. Yeah, let's use this. Make loot bag. And then we're going to take all of the reagents with us, and we'll just lock them down on the plot. Now, I'm so curious to see. I am so curious to see how I manage. And of course, the problem is that I don't... With this spell book that she has, let's just see what spells she actually has in the spell book right now. Mana, Missile, and Ruin. And then Heal and Cure. And what were the 2 scrolls that I got here? Heal, which is already there, and Poison. Okay, good that there's Poison. It is good that I picked up that Poison scroll then. So I can just drag this onto... Can I just... Let's just put this actually here and drag it on. There we go. Poison added. We got to get these set up here as well. So let's see now. Do I want to use Mana, Missile? I guess Ruin is the one to use, right? Since that would be like a 2nd level spell. So we're gonna... Let's put Poison here on... Let's put Poison here on 2, and then let's put Ruin. Let's see how it works out, and we'll switch to Mana, Missile if needed, and hopefully we can get the Fireball scroll from one of the imps. If I manage to kill an imp, we shall see. We shall see. Let's put that back on her, and then we gotta take all our bandages with us. We're gonna lock those down. Let's see if we can carry this stuff even. The money we shall leave here. That we're gonna harvest the skins from the mobs for sure. Let's see. Pouch. Yeah, so the pouch we will not actually take with us at all, so we can just put this stuff back. We're gonna leave that here in the bank for now. And the reagents... Oh, 220, okay. So is there anything I should leave here? Maybe we should... Maybe we should leave some of the bandages here at the bank. Split stack. Let's try leaving one. How overloaded are we actually? Will that help enough? No. So hold on, 204, 220, and that weighs 24, okay. So let's leave 300 more and see if that helps. Okay, that worked this time, good. And we can still carry some, so let's see if I take 100 more out of here. Yes, I can still carry that. Okay, that'll be good enough for now. I think that will help us get started. So let's just double check and make sure we have everything we need. So we have our spellbook. Spellbook check. We have bandages. We have our reagents. Several hundred of all of these. 300. Over 300 of all of these. We have everything we need actually. So let's head out and I will show you guys. We will run past the main plot that's going to become, you know, the sort of crafting business shop kind of place. It's going to be my like proper home and business, and then we shall travel over to Halls of Corruption. And I will lock all that stuff down. Okay. This is going to be so interesting to see how I manage there. It could just be that I'm just going to die immediately. The thing is that when I started that mage a few weeks ago on Crimson Sea, and first I was fighting a little bit on... I was fighting the undead at one of the cemeteries, I think it was in Helm, for a while, and then I went to Halls of Corruption after that. It was hard, but it was kind of manageable, and then I just sort of stayed at Halls of Corruption, and this was all on the same day, and I actually was able to very quickly get her skilled up, and at that point I didn't even have healing at all. So So now that I have healing, and here it is, guys. Here is the plot marker you can see. So I have this big plot, and this is very close to, it's right here, very close to the gatekeeper, very close to the town. We have water here for fishing, a nice little view of the river. And the only minus side is that there's a house right next to it, and I hope the neighbor doesn't mind too much. I mean, this is bound to happen eventually, right? But it's a nice big old plot, and it's still close enough that if I have a vendor set up, or like a merchant set up, people will run across this area. Because a problem that I noticed was that I had those, the merchant set up at my house near Grimm's Cavern on Crimson Sea, and you know, I got a little bit of business every day, but it was so far off that it was really hard to actually get anything properly sold there. So hopefully, and of course the minus side about this server is that it's still so empty, but hopefully that will change in the future. And then, you know, right now it's probably pretty hard to sell anything because there's not enough players, but this will probably change. And then we are gonna go over this familiar bridge that we've crossed so many times to get over to Halls of Corruption. And I probably should do a little bit of a test now with those spells and see how well I can even kill a rat, to be quite honest. So I would, oh, and I need to get those bandages as well on 4. There we go. So let's see, with this rat, for instance, if I do a poison on the rat, it's just fizzling at this point. She just fizzles. I wonder if I need to use the missiles after all. I think I need to change to the... Yeah, let's change to that actually. Okay. Mana missile. Let's change to this one for now. Oh, and that even that fizzles right now as well. Okay, there we go. Might as well harvest and get the money as well. Oh, a tattered map. Wow, well that was worth looting then. My goodness. Wasn't expecting to get a tattered map from a dingy old rat. My goodness. I've always just sort of ignored the loot from rats, assuming that it's just going to be some crappy stuff, you know? And this music is a little bit spooky. Let me just actually remove this song from the playlist. Deep space, well, no wonder. Remove items, save list, and then let's move on to the next song. Okay. Now let's try these skills again. Poison. It is good that I'm sort of like testing this out on a rat first, which sort of says a lot about like how I would manage. I mean, I'd be pretty much dead going into Halls of Corruption if I just fizzled even these meager little spells at this point, right? So maybe I just need to do a little bit of practice before I go into Halls of Corruption. But I do need to get some like spell scrolls. I need to get a fireball, and then after that I'd really like to get a lightning scroll. So you can see from the house icon that it's right close to the... Oh, an interesting thing, guys. For anyone who has been on my streams before, you will remember that on Crimson Sea, I have my house right here over the bridge next to Grimm's Cavern. There's a rat. Let's practice on the rat a little bit. And I went to see whether that spot was free here on this server. And I even tried to place something there. And surprisingly, you could not actually build there at all. Like it wouldn't allow you to build on that spot at all. So I wonder if the server owners have like reserved that land for their own use or something. It's good to do a little bit of practice, I have to say, because it is going to be hectic once going into Halls of Corruption. And at this rate, I'm going to almost run out of reagents before I even make it into Halls of Corruption. This is good to practice, though. Getting those skills up nicely as well. When I need to get the channeling ability as well up on my panel here. So let's actually get that set up as well. Channeling. Focus. And let's put that. Should I put that actually? I'm going to put that on 5. Yeah. Okay. I have to say that, guys, like after so many weeks of not really playing the game and feeling so depressed about the game, I feel so good. I feel so relieved now to be on a PvE server. I cannot describe the feeling of like how awesome it feels to start fresh and know that like there's not ever going to be a situation where a player is going to be able to stop me from playing the game. Like, this was just the best decision ever, and hopefully this turns out to be a nice server. At least so far I've had very, very good experiences here. Okay. Something I noticed, by the way, is it just me or are the rats like super fast? Like do they run super fast these days? Has anyone noticed? I could swear that they run like so much faster than they did before. I think it came with the update where the dungeons also changed, just in one of the very recent updates. This is good practice for healing as well, having those rats try to kill me. McDuke, and you come from old UO and you're looking forward to killing the reds, to hunting the reds. Yeah, I remember the old days in UO. I do. Remember the awesome bounty system that they had, where you cut off the head and took it to a guard, And then when somebody killed you, you could put like a bounty on their head. That was such a cool system. Yeah, I don't want to have like, if I'm going to go into Halls of Corruption, I definitely don't want at least the poison fizzling on me. That's not a good thing. So I definitely need to do a little bit of practice before I go in there. You do not want the poison fizzling, that is for sure. Because you want to at least like put a poison on a mob and then go away and just heal up a little bit and let it tick down. So... And what level is the poison actually? Let's just see. Oh, poison is 3, so no wonder it's fizzling then. No wonder it is fizzling. Yeah. I wonder if I could move on to Ruin already. Let's just see now. I mean, if I'm doing poison once in a while, maybe I could actually switch to Ruin for my main sort of damage spell. Let's see how that would work out. Yeah, that's a little bit more. That's a little bit more efficient. Good old days before they ruined it. Yeah, and you know, as much as I hate the PvP stuff, I still enjoyed the way we had it in UO, and something I was explaining when I started the stream today was that the problem that I'm having with Legends of Aria is that here there's so many choke points to get into the PvP areas. So for instance, to get into the Barren Lands, you have to either go through a gate or else go through the gatekeeper or else over the bridge, right? But in Ultima Online, you were, you know, the safe areas were the towns, and as soon as you went out of the town area, then it was PvP area, but you could have gone in any which way direction. So the PKs, they couldn't camp, you know, any choke points. And that's the issue here, is that like they're camping these choke points here in the game in Legends of Aria, and that is that's what's making it a little bit tricky to play as a PvE player. Oh, you were in a guild that hunted PKs. Nice. Yeah, MMO. Kella, I don't think in that last stream where they ganked me at Oasis, I don't think they actually were stream snipers, because I was not saying on my stream at all like where I was going, and they just happened to be there. I think they just happened to be there that time. So we are almost at my plot. So the way it works in Legends of Aria McDougan, I shall show you. So if we look at the map, let's put on the show protected areas and then just zoom out. So the green areas are PvE and everything else is PvP. Now, up till now, I've been sort of happy enough just doing stuff in the green areas, but it's started to feel confining and like there's not enough to do, because in the PvE areas, there's only one dungeon, and that's the one we're going to right now, actually. But for instance, to get to the Barren Lands, where there's a lot of like good stuff to tame, and there's a dungeon halls of deception over here, the only way that you can get into this area is by... Let me just turn off all of these markers so you can see the map. You see there's like a bridge over there and a bridge over here. So there's these choke points, you see, to get in. Either go through here or else through the gate. So So that means PKs can camp these areas to stop people from getting in. And a lot of these places have, like, for instance, this area also, same thing. You see these bridges. So you didn't really experience that problem in Ultima Online. So the structure was a little bit different. Yeah. Yeah, it's been very frustrating being a PvE player, especially a solo player. So here it is. I have a little plot. And Halls of Corruption is just up here. It's just up here, a few steps away. Right up here. There we go. So let's just lock down all our junk on the plot for now. And then go in with our bare essentials. Just because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die like instantly in there. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Now the good thing is that they have changed the line of sight for mobs. Before, the mobs could see you from behind the walls already. And that meant that you would, you know, they would come from like really deep within, and you'd have these huge hordes of mobs all on you at the same time. So let's see now. I have never locked anything down on a plot, you know, without a chest before. So, well, I have locked down items, but not like stackable items. But I'm assuming there shouldn't be any problem here. So let's see now. What am I going to take with me inside? We'll start off with... Let's start off with just 50 of each. And I can come out and I just want to see how I actually manage in there first. And let's lock this one down. Object locked down. And then let's take 50 of that. Now the nice thing about Halls of Corruption, for those who have not been in there, is that the mobs give off tons and tons of reagents. There's these imps and they drop lots of reagents in there, so hopefully I'm going to be able to just like, you know, keep on grinding and just get more and more. They also drop like spells as well, spell scrolls, so I hopefully will be able to get like lightning and fireball at some point. Okay, so we're going to just lock this one down as well. Object locked down. Let's take 50 of those. And also 50 of those. Now I wonder, here's a newbie question, guys. So when you have a stack that's locked down like this, when you want to add more to the stack, well, of course I can test it. I was just wondering whether you have to unlock it to add more to the stack or whether you can just like add it right on top, but we'll test. We'll see what happens. I can do that right now, actually. There we go. So are all of these locked down now? Lock down, lock down, lock down, and lock down. Now, if I take one ginseng, let's take a big one like the mushrooms. Let's take one mushroom here, and the mushroom stack has now 256. And if I just like place this on top of this stack, does it take it to 257? Yes, it does. And it's still locked down. Okay, that's super handy then. So when I bring stuff out from the dungeon, if I manage to even like stay alive in there, I can just drop the stuff right on the stack then. That's going to be pretty handy. And also money locked down. And the tattered map. There we go. So what else do we need? we need to get the bandages split up as well. So I'm gonna start off with 100 bandages. And lock the rest of these down. Good. Now that should all be good to get started. And I need my hunting knife for sure. Okay, here is the big moment, guys. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, especially for like heavy things like wood and ore. That's true, the Lucifer. And welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you before on my stream. And hello, Rebel AF. Welcome to the stream, guys. Nice to have you join us. So, guys, for those who were not here from the beginning, we're starting a new life on a new server. We're on the Europe PvE community server, and I've just created this mage. And I'm just going to do this crazy thing where I'm going to go into Halls of Corruption with this brand new mage and see if I'm able to take down an imp at all. We'll just see. Like, I'm pretty skeptical that, like, with a brand new mage, she's probably not going to be able to kill an imp, but we can try. We can try. And let's just hope that there is not, like, a whole bunch of imps as soon as we go in here. So let's see what happens. Okay. Oh yeah, the horse. Damn it. Gonna have to take the horse away. Oh yeah, let's dismiss the horse. Let's take that horse back to the plot, actually. So, good thing is that at least the entrance is not swamped with imps, which is a very common thing to happen. Now, the bad side about being on a server which has such a low population at this point, at least, is that you know how when you're dying in dungeons, you can usually sort of depend on, like if you're on an official server, you can pretty much depend on somebody coming along to resurrect you at some point or help you out. Whereas I don't think that's really going to happen on this server because it's so empty still. But let's see what happens. Okay, we are going to lock down this horse as well. Good. Object lockdown. And off we go. Let's try this again. Oh, and I have to take a little break, just like a couple minutes break. I will be right back, guys. Just gonna leave my character parked here. Okay, so I am back, guys. Sorry about that. And off we go into Halls of Corruption with a baby mage. Let's see if we can take down an imp. It's nice that we got one imp all by itself right now. Oh, more than one imp. Okay, this looks a bit dangerous. I should have run in a little bit deeper, or I had that one imp on me. I should have run a little bit more to the entrance. Then I could have had that one imp on me. I'm not even sure whether I did any damage to that imp at all. Wonder if it's worth even going in there now. Let's try it one more time. No, this looks pretty much impossible. Okay, so what we'll do, I clearly need to work on my skills a little bit, so we're going to grab the horse and we're just going to sort of run around, maybe gather a little bit more of the reagents, run around and look for some, you know, rats and things like that, just to get it up to a situation where I'm not fizzling those skills, those spells, because if I'm fizzling those, that's just not gonna be of any use. I might have been able to take down one imp, maybe. But having two at the entrance there just feels a little bit impossible right now. Yeah, let's take a little bit. I wonder if I can split these stacks when they're... No, I guess I cannot split them when they're locked down. Okay. So I'm gonna have to unlock them temporarily. Just have to be very careful to make sure to lock them down again after that. Just take 100 of each of these reagents and then go and hunt some lesser critters around here. Maybe even tackle some bandits, we'll see. And then what was the last one? Ginseng, yes. Let's just double check and make sure everything's locked down now. Yes, good. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit silly trying to go into corruption right from the get-go. I knew it was going to be kind of impossible, but it looks like it really did help that first time that I made a mage that I actually had spent some time at the cemetery. Of course, what we could do is we could try the cemetery in Elder Village. Hopefully am I bound to Elder Village? Yes, thankfully. I am, because of course we created the character here. So let's go to the cemetery here in Elder Village. It's just off it's off on the shore of the river here, very close by. Let's see how we manage against the undead here. Belfast, this is the Aria Europe community server. It's a purely PvE server. Okay, now this is probably a little bit more suitable for me. Let's see how these spells go. I want to get off one skeleton just to the side here. Let's see. Oh, there's actually an orange one as well, a boss skeleton running around there as well. A shame they don't give those skill books anymore. I was too late for that party. I only heard about that whole skill book thing from the orange bosses. I forget now what the correct term was. I've heard about that too late, I'm afraid. So I only have one skill book so far in the game on Crimson Sea. Now this is a little bit more realistic for this character. And thankfully there's that fence over there stopping those guys from coming in here. So this is actually a good tactic to pull one of the mobs over into this little corner so they don't all attack. Oh, here comes a zombie. That skeleton is probably going to die from that poison any moment now. That zombie is nice and slow. That's the perfect thing to be killing right now. Let's see if we can get a poison on that zombie. And there goes the skeleton. We finally killed something with this character. Well, of course we were killing the rats before, but it doesn't feel like it was a proper mob, you know? And I need to actually regain my mana as well. I wonder if these undead, do they drop like spells at all? I can't remember if they do, because it would be nice to get a few spell scrolls. Hello there, JJ. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you again. And I need to loot that skeleton. Did I even loot that yet? Where did it go? It's over here. Better loot that before that actually decays on me. And the first time channeling focus. I wonder if I just actually poison all of them and just run around. Whether that might be like a good tactic. There we go. We're starting to actually succeed with that poison. Much better than a few moments ago. So that was pretty fast, actually. At this rate, we might actually be able to go into corruption pretty soon. Although those imps really are nasty if there's a big group of them. Hello there, Super Aggro. Welcome to the stream. You think spells drop from Lich's Belfast? Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I don't remember seeing them from the other undead. I think you're right about that. And oh, I see you have the Marquis Dragon badge going on there. Nice, nice. Or is that the emote that you have going on? I think that's the badge, isn't it? And yeah, I'm really happy Marquis Dragon was happy with the graphics. So for those who don't know, Marquis Dragon asked if I could do some graphics for him for his Twitch channel, and I was doing, and also his YouTube wallpaper, so I was doing that over the last weeks, and he seems pretty happy with everything. Thank you so much for the follow, Sammy P, and welcome to the stream. Okay, let's get poisons on all of these. See how that, like, all of those poisons, were successful pretty much from the get-go, so that was pretty good. Yeah, I really need to be able to get into corruption as soon as possible, because this is just using up all my reagents, whereas if I were to get into Halls of Corruption, then I would at least get the reagents back as loot. Uh-oh, here we have a skeleton as well. Is that the orange guy? Yeah, it is. That's the orange guy. Thank you so much for the follow, Mush Malone, and welcome to the stream. Oh, this guy looks a little bit aggravated. Let's try and like lure him over here actually, and then just run back over to the zombies as soon as possible. I don't want to be fighting the boss skeleton quite yet. Let's get back to our... Oh, there's a second one. Shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. Now we are in trouble. Have to stay away from all of them. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Now hopefully those skeletons can't see me from here. If I could get my focus up after killing this guy. Thank you so much for the follow, Dayween, and welcome to the stream. Now hopefully that other zombie will finally die off there. Tenshi, yeah, that was me. I am by profession, I'm a graphics designer, or whatever you want to call a game artist, and do other graphics as well. I really need to get my mana up. Let's see, there we go. Finally successfully got focus on. The new server is the Aria Europe PvE server. It's a community server. And here I can play in peace, don't have to worry about getting ganked by reds. Tenshi, you're saying, after seeing the marquee head with rainbow glasses, my son said, I want to be an emote. That's hilarious. Now, have I gotten a single zombie down? Not yet. There's that one guy I still need to kill. And I need to check the chat. There's still some things, but I'm trying to get the situation into control. We'll check any moment here. I know there's some messages I missed for sure. Okay, we got one zombie down. There we go. Let's see if we could get our focus up here. Failed to focus. Let's see if we can at least loot this guy. No mana whatsoever. Let's get our focus up. Check what you guys are saying. Failed to focus. There we go, finally. So, earlier on Super Aggro, you were asking, will Legends of Aria have full PvP and looting? As far as I know, yeah. That's how it is in the official servers in the wilderness areas. That guy should die off eventually. Sammy P, you said that you've watched some of my videos on YouTube. Awesome. Well, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you join us. So was it the Legends of Aria streams that, or rather the videos that you had seen? Or my worm videos? Oh, look at all the channeling skill going up there. Huge amount. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy down. Finally. I think the other zombie already probably died from the poison. Gosh, it feels so weak with these weak little spells. There, finally. Oof. And now finally we have a chance to get our mana up properly. Okay. Good. And now it would be cool to get those orange skeletons that are running around on the left there. And Super Aggro, you had been saying earlier that shouldn't undead be immune to poison, by the way. Yeah, that's how it was in Ultima Online, wasn't it? But it doesn't seem to be the same situation here in Legends of Aria. I've also been wondering about that. I think I even said something like that on one of my streams, that it's a bit strange that like the undead actually can become poisoned. But I'm not complaining, as it really helps me get them down, for sure. Oh, that one was the emote, Jay. I see. It was the Legends of Aria video, Sammy. I see, I see. Okay, now let me just actually check the reagent situation here. So it's mostly moss that I seem to use up with these spells. And I could see the orange name over here. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can lure this guy over here into this little nook. And he's pretty fast. I have hardly any time to cast a spell. There we go, we got a poison on him. And he seems to sort of like stutter every time I cast a spell on him. Ooh, no, 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 no. No, we have to go. Come on, horsey. I wonder if these orange ones give off any good loot anymore. Let's put another poison on him. So fast. There's hardly time to even cast a spell. Okay, we got a poison on him, at least, which is good. Those spells are not doing much damage, though. Need to get another poison. I wish he wasn't so fast, though. Oh, I'm out of mana. At least I'm doing some damage to him. He's halfway there already. I wonder if those guys can actually heal themselves. Where'd he go? Where did he actually go? take down the zombie meanwhile. Okay, get our focus up. Gotta love those zombies because they go so slowly. Just the perfect thing to practice on. Magic affinity going up nicely. When I get to a point that I can actually relatively quickly kill one of these zombies or skeletons, then I'm gonna go and try corruption again. Because then it feels like it's much more realistic to try, and we have to start going to corruption as soon as possible so that I'm not losing all of these reagents. Because I need to be making money, not losing money right now, buying more and more reagents. Oh, there comes the orange guy. I wonder if that's the same one I was killing earlier. No, that's another one. Of course, so what I could do, I was just thinking about like how to. Oh, and I don't have a keybind yet for calling my horse, so I'm gonna have to just grab the horse here. There we go. I was just thinking like how could I get the spells, and I just realized that unlike Ultima Online, where you have to have the spell to be able to inscribe, you have to know the spell to be able to inscribe it, right? But here, actually, if you become an inscriber, you can just start making them without having to know the spell. And that's a way how you can get like new spells added to your spell book. So what I might actually do, this thing that oh, but I don't have any tattered scrolls to get started. Oh, but you can buy the first level of the scrolls is actually the ones that you can buy from the NPC actually. And that way we could get at least fireball and lightning added, and then I could, remove those skills later on, but just temporarily start with inscription. That's an idea, actually. Why didn't I think of that earlier? I think I will do that. Let's try and get these guys now killed first. Oh, no. So fast. Such a pain in the ass, that skeleton warrior. Come on, horsey. Don't get stuck. Yeah, that's what I should do, and I need to get that keybind for the horse, for calling the horse over. Let's actually do that first thing. So we could get this guy killed off first. Okay, wow, we actually got him killed. Amazing. There we go. Let's get that that command done ASAP. Say all, follow me. There we go. And for anyone who is new to Legends of Aria and doesn't know how to make these, if you write /custom in your chat, press enter, it will open up this little window. And then you can just put the command here. You can find these commands on the Legends of Aria wiki. And then you choose an icon, you press update, and you choose an icon, you just grab that over. And now, if I dismount my horse, I can just go over here and if I just tell my horse to... Oh, there is a skeleton. We're not going to do this test right now. But the command should work. All follow me, as we can see my character saying. Let's see if we can get this guy poisoned. There we go. That's more like it. Less running around. Good. Let's get our mana up. Super Aggro, you're asking, so what makes this game interesting? Free PvP, similar to UO? Gameplay or something else? Good content, level design? Well, the fact that, well, I love sandbox MMOs in general. I love it when you have a game that is, well, you know, I do enjoy a game like World of Warcraft, where you're sort of led along quest lines and it sort of guides you along the areas that you need to explore. That's kind of nice entertainment, temporary entertainment, but this is more like a place to live virtually. You know, you have the fantasy of your character in this virtual world where you can build your own house, leave a mark in the world, set up a shop, and work on your skills. And I love the skill system in general of Legends of Aria, Ultima Online, Worm Online, where it's not a certain class that you choose, but instead you pick and choose from a set of different skills, and you decide, you know, the kind of template that you're going to have for your character, and you can change that and mix and match at any point. And I really love that kind of system. I don't really like the sort of class system that you see in most of the other MMOs that are so restrictive. So yeah, you know, I love the fact that you can have your own house and you can decide where that house is, and you can build, you know, furniture and decorate it and set up a little shop and have people come over, and that is a fun element for me in sandbox MMOs, you know, leaving your mark in the world. So, and also the thing that is a really big difference in this type of MMO versus something like World of Warcraft is the fact that you and your buddies can go out and kill stuff, and you don't have to like sort of stay at the same level like you would in World of Warcraft, but you can, you know, you can all go out and kill something, go to a dungeon or something, and everyone can contribute to that. Oh, it looks like somebody's died here recently. Eonis corpse. Oh, there is an orange guy again. Let's see if we can get him killed. I wonder if that and the skeleton warrior already has some damage. Either that's the one that I was killing a little bit earlier before this one that I just killed now, or else this Eonis guy was just killing this skeleton warrior and then ended up dying. Let's see if we can just take this guy down in one go. Just be bold about it. we go. Now that's the kind of stuff that I want to be able to do with those imps. Just stay in one place and take them down, but I was fizzling so much before. Now we're starting to get into a situation where I might be able to take down an imp guys. Oh, I'm glad that explained it for you, Super Aggro. So Super Aggro, have you ever played like a game like Worm Online or Ultima Online or this type of sandbox MMO? So how many, let's take down this zombie over here. We're starting to be at a point where I can actually, oh yes, I was going to do the inscription thing, that's right. So I could get myself a fireball. Yeah, let's take down this zombie and then we'll go and learn some inscription. I think I still have some silver that we could get the skills with. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get one poison on this guy. And then get the focus up. There we go. And get our focus up. Ah, I see. You've played many sandbox MMOs, Super Aggro. Okay, awesome. So you know exactly what I'm talking about then. You just, but just not UO. I see. Have you played Worm Online, Super Aggro? Oh, Asmodeus. Okay, thank you. So it's based on how close to the target you are. Ah, I see, I see. I should probably read the description, shouldn't I? Okay, that is good to know. I'd really like to get the fireball, though. Yeah, I haven't used the rune too much because I pretty much moved on to fireball the last time I made a mage because I had a scroll that I could get from another character. Let's just get the loot from this guy and then go to town and fetch the silver and then go and try and see if we can inscribe a fireball scroll and a lightning scroll at least. Possibly a greater heal scroll as well. Let's see. I'm not sure if I need a better empty scroll for that. So Super Aggro Worm Online is I will give you the address. So it's Worm with a U. And this is the Sandbox MMO I've been playing for the past 5 years. I play it every single day, and the skills work pretty much like Legends of Aria and Ultima Online, but it's a 3D first-person view kind of game. And it's just a great game. I love Worm. So, let's see now. Let's grab the money. 22 silver, so we should have enough to train up inscription. And Super Aggro, you're saying that you missed some of the aspects of old school MUDs that had a feeling of real lost achievement when you fight other players and you can lose equipment worth of months of work. Yeah, well that's what happens in Legends of Aria for sure. If you play in the wilderness zones, somebody can loot you dry. So inscription, that is the alchemist, isn't it? Yeah, so the inscription table is over here somewhere. I think it's over here, yes. So train me in a skill. I want to learn inscription. Yes, please. And then we need some empty blank scrolls. Let's buy. Let's start off with 50. How much does that cost? 5 silver. No. Let's start off with 10 scrolls. Why do I keep trying to split the stack? Start off with 10 scrolls. 1 silver, yes. Okay. And then go to the inscription table. And we want to have the... Does the spellbook have a cure spell? Let's actually see what we have here. Yes, we do have cure. So fireball. Can we actually craft that now? You fail. Okay, let's try again. And we did actually do it. We made a fireball scroll, guys. This was just the... I'm such a smart cookie. I'm such a smart cookie. Why didn't I think of this earlier? There we go. We have a fireball now. Fireball added to spellbook. And then let's try and make a lightning spell. Lightning. Is it enough to have... Oh, you need a fine scroll. Oh. Okay, that is not gonna work then, because we only have these the worst scrolls here, the worst kind. Now, is there anything else we should? Let's do everything we can and just add them then. So, frayed scroll. Oh, they're in like are they in? No, what order are they in actually? Yeah, these are in the order of difficulty. Blank scroll. Frayed scroll. Frayed. Heal. Teleport. Those all need frayed scrolls. So the only... I'm glad I didn't buy more than 10 of those empty scrolls then, my goodness, because that would have been pretty useless, as it seems like there's only a few scrolls you can actually make with the blank scrolls that you can buy here from the inscriber NPC. So I'm glad I didn't waste more money than that. I was hoping that I could at least get a lightning in there. But at least we have a fireball, and that I'm really, really happy with. And that is a level 3 like poison, so we're just going to put the fireball right here. I would much prefer to use that, and we're going to go test that out. Let's go test that out now on the... I should probably buy some more reagents as well from the shop over here. And what does fireball use? Let's have a look here. Fireball, poison uses mushrooms, so let's actually buy 100 more mushrooms. Buy 100. And then fireball uses lemongrass, so let's buy 100 lemongrass as well. I'm not selling it. Is it out of stock? Hold on. What's going on? No, it's not out of stock, but why isn't it, why isn't he letting me buy it then? What is going on here? Buy? There we go. Okay, so 200 lemongrass, 159 mushrooms, and let's equip that again. And let's just test out now how feasible it is for me to kill the undead at the cemetery now with a fireball. And let's see how much I fizzle with that. Am I going in the completely wrong direction? No, I'm not. Oh, and I should return my money. Just in case I die. Just in case. And hello there, Seth Games TV. Welcome to the stream. I am playing on a community server called Europe... What was it called again? Aria Europe PvE. And it is a purely PvE server. I have been playing up till now in Crimson Sea, but I got so depressed because I keep on getting ganked when I go out into the wilderness areas that I decided to start fresh on a PvE server so I can actually enjoy the, you know, the stuff that's in the wilderness areas. So, Mr. Glad, you're asking why a new server? Yeah, so it just seems that as a like PvE player who likes to do things solo, it just like every time I go into wilderness areas on the official servers, I just like reds, they just kill me instantly, even if I'm not streaming. So I've just lost any motivation to play there anymore. So that's why I decided to start fresh on a PvE server. Then I don't have to worry about other players at all. Now let's see how the fireball works here. Yeah, that's so much better. Of course, I'm failing a bit of these casts. But already in this moment you could see that I was doing much better. Yep, so much better, so much better. So I think I'm ready to actually go to corruption. However, I am afraid I'm going to have to wrap up the stream in a moment. I would love to stay, but I have to cut short, I'm afraid. Something has come up, so but I will kill off a few. I'm not going to go to corruption here in the stream. I'm going to kill off a few things here at the... I think it's a good start, though, for this mage. And I'm really glad I figured out that inscription thing to at least get fireball. So... And for anyone wondering what the server is, I'm just going to put the link as well for the website of the server. And again, it's one of the community servers. I should probably get into the habit of putting the server name into the description of the stream, shouldn't I? I see a lot of people doing that. I've never done that before, but I probably should. Oh, and is there actually a little gate over here? No. Oh, here we go. Oh, so that's how they come from behind there then. Okay. So let's try with the skeleton. Put a poison on him. Come on, horsey. Let's go. I really need to be able to cast those poisons, though. Can't really manage with the imps without a nice juicy poison on them. There we go, finally. And now I will stand in place and just spam those fireballs on this skeleton. See how this goes. There we go, he's almost dead. There we go. Yep, this looks like it's going to work out pretty nicely. Okay guys, so I think this is the perfect moment. We created a mage. What was it, maybe about an hour ago? Something like that, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. And we have already gotten her to a point where I think she would be ready to be taken into corruption. We can cast a poison, then just spam a whole bunch of fireballs, and I think I would be able to take down an imp with that. And then we can start generating all of the reagents from killing the imps. And then we won't have to waste money on buying reagents anymore. So I think at this point I'm going to wrap up the stream. And thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm sorry it was a short stream tonight, but I've started this new life on the new server, and I'm absolutely filled to the brim with inspiration and happiness to start playing again after that long pause. I am going to be streaming Legends of Aria much, much more often. I am so much more inspired now because I know that there's not going to be any old meanie trying to ruin my game experience. And just, I'm really excited to get my characters like skilled up so that I can start taking them into the so-called wilderness areas and exploring the other dungeons that I've never dared to go to. And I've always wanted to see the Dreadmare, to be able to see one like live. So I'm really interested to go and see the spawn point for the Dreadmare as well. Well, even though I can't tame it for a long time, I have to make a tamer as well on this server. So yeah, lots of interesting and exciting adventures to come with this new life on this PvE server. So stay tuned, guys. I will see you all soon, and I hope you all have a great night. Oh, hey, Dugenzi just arrived. Thanks, Tenchi, and thanks everyone. I will see you guys later. Good night.